There's so much exciting stuff going on. We're getting media recognition, like front of business magazines and in big annual reports of big banks. And it's all so exciting. And from the outside, it can look just like palm trees and beaches and surfing. But it's been so hard. There's been tears, there's been fears, there's been times I've had 75 cents in my bank account just this year. But it's made me value what I have today in my hands so much, and I'm so grateful for that. And when looking to tomorrow, I've got massive dreams. I'm dreaming about scaling this all across the world and reaching people in all these different countries. We're currently in 40 countries, and I want to keep growing that. I want to keep going. But I value what we have today, because today is all we got. Tomorrow is out of our control, which is why today I am so grateful to be here to talk to you guys about going deeper into your adventure. If we want to go deeper into adventure, we need to know our compass. We need to know our why, the purpose behind it all. And I'm blessed to speak with students all over Australia and business conferences and youth conferences and to thousands and thousands of people. And the question that I get asked the most is, how do I know what to do with my life? The question is always the what. And I'm sure there's people in here that question circles in your head frequently. And the answer that I always give is to not focus on the what, but focus on who you want to be and why you exist, why you believe you are here. Because when you know who you want to be and why you exist, your what becomes so much stronger, because you'll be walking with purpose. I believe that there is a mission on your life, unique for you to achieve. You're here for a purpose. You're a world changer. And I think we're all here for the same reason, ultimately. We're here to bring light to the world, to be light to a dark world. And I think the most powerful question that you can ask yourself is, what does the world need that my passions and talents can provide? What does the world need that your passions and talents can provide? I think that's all you have to figure out. I think the rest will fall into place. So set your compass. Number 2, we need to pack lightly. Can everyone say pack lightly?
Pack lightly.
Who here loves going on holidays? Yeah? Anyone going away in the holidays? Anyone going overseas? Oh, awesome. Where are you heading? Oh, stop it. Who here also packs way too much when they go on holidays? Yeah, everyone packs too much when they go on holidays. This is extremely bad when you're going on an adventure, because you're carrying a backpack and you try to fit all this stuff in, and then you realize that you're carrying stuff that don't serve a purpose to your mission. And then it gets frustrating and you're like, why am I carrying this stuff? I don't even need it. And I believe that this is the same in our lives. I remember when I started out. Here I look pretty cool, don't I? I look pretty cool. I've just got off the bus. I used to catch the bus to the beach before I had my license. I've got my bag of bananas. I look like I'm doing well. I'm doing real well. But deep down, I was so fearful. I was so insecure. I was so afraid. And worst of all, I thought that the bad thoughts that I had in my mind, the bad desires, the things that I would struggle with, the things that I was addicted to, I thought that was me. And then, one day I realized that I had a joyful nature, that I felt my most self when I was laughing, when I was being light. And I realized that these things weren't me. And then when these negative thoughts and bad desires would come at me, I was able to tell myself, that's not me. And I was able to start leaving these things behind. And I want to show you something. This is my backpack that I've taken all over the world. Like, I love this backpack. It's got so many memories with me. I just explored all throughout Iceland and Norway and the Faroe Islands and climbed mountains all with this thing. And I always try to fit my tent, sleeping bag, food, everything in here. I pack lightly because I need to, because it gets way too heavy. I'm not that strong. But you know what it was like for me? I was carrying, and that actually looks kind of heavy, so I guess it's kind of true. I was carrying like this massively heavy bag. And you know what was in that backpack? It was things like fear, things like insecurity, like negativity, like these lies that I would tell about myself and the world would tell about me. But you know what started happening? As I started to realize this wasn't me, I started to just step by step, moment by moment. This was in my backpack, all right? Step by step. I started leaving behind. I'm like, negativity? Nah, stuff that. Insecurity? I'm not insecure, stuff that. What a waste of time. Lies? Ain't nobody got time for that. Fear? Fear? What's fear? Stuff that. And you know, I started walking more freely. I started climbing my mountains more freely. And you know, I started becoming the person that I never thought I would become. So what's that for you? What do you need to let go of? Are you fearful like I was? Are you insecure like I was? You know, I've got these two beautiful nieces, Ava and Taya, my sister's kids. And Ava here loves Frozen, like absolutely loves Frozen. Who's here seen Frozen? Awesome. Now I've never actually watched Frozen, nor do I plan to watch Frozen, sorry. But I do know there is one line in that film that it's known for. Does anyone want to tell me what that is? Let it go! What do you need to let go of? You know, I believe you must step out into the wild if you want to go deeper into the adventure that is your life. And you know, I believe we all face this moment. And it's the moment when we are on the edge. And it's the edge of our fears, the edge of our abilities, the edge of our experience. You know, the list goes on and on and on. And the world loves to tell us that we don't belong past this edge, that our dreams are too big, that we are too young, that it just won't work. And you know, I've faced this edge over and over and over and over again on my adventure. And there's been so many times I've just wanted to run the complete opposite way. You know, when I was in year 8, hands up all the year 8s. When I was in year 8, I had to speak in front of my class. And I was so nervous, really didn't like public speaking. And who here has ever got like a little bit quivery in their voice before? Yep. This started happening to me bad, like real bad. And I started getting emotional. It was like I couldn't control it. And I started crying. Exactly. And my class did just this, laughed, and it haunted me throughout high school. And I remember when I dropped out of my university degree, I was like, yes, I never have to do a speech ever again. And then, you know, I started getting asked to talk at events. And I remember just a year and a half ago, I got asked to talk at this event, and I hadn't hardly done any real public speaking. And I remember the day before, it was a Wednesday, I remember it like it was yesterday. And the day before, it was literally like, boom, I'm on the edge. And I was so scared, I was so nervous, I couldn't get my mind off talking. And I called him up and I made this crazy excuse of why I couldn't come. And you know, I went to bed that night and I felt so disappointed in myself because I knew that fear had a hold of me. And I made a decision that night that fear would never get in the way of the life that I wanted to live ever again. And now speaking with people like you is one of my favorite things to do. because I just decided to take a step. And I still face this edge daily. The drop might look higher, it might look scarier, they might be bigger moments, but I still face this edge. But I've started to love standing on this edge because I know that there is something so wild on the other side of it. If I can just take that courage to take that step. So many young people like you guys want to do incredible things. You want to change the world. You got this dream to be this person, and it's awesome, but not many people know where to start. And if there's one thing that I've learnt about going deeper into adventure, it's that the world, our lives, it is all changed just one step at a time. You've done powerful things because you've been able to step out. I like to think that we have like superhero power in the very soles of our feet. So let's start walking like that. Because when we step out, something powerful does happen. When we have the confidence to step out into the wild. When I started out, my first steps was just asking my parents, could I make a surfboard in my backyard? I had no idea this adventure would be so wild ahead of me. But I took that first step. And as I continued to just take step after step after step, it became more and more clear of where I was going. So what's the next step for you? What's the next step in your life, in your dreams, in your character? At school, what's the next step? Number 4, we need to expect storms. Can everyone say, expect storms?
Expect storms.
Can everyone go, dun dun dun? Growing up, I remember every time I wanted to leave my house, whether I was going on an adventure, riding my bike somewhere, going to the footy with dad, every time I would leave the house, mum would come sprinting out the door with a rain jacket to give to me. And I was always like, get away, get away. I just want to go in my t-shirt, And every time I didn't take the rain jacket, it was like it just poured and poured and poured. And I'd come home drenched and cold. And I started to learn that my mum was a little bit wiser than me. But she always expected the storm and she was always right. And I think this is the same in our lives. The moment we decide to step out, we will face storms. So we better expect it. The moment we want to put more on the table, others will want to drag us off the table. We can't choose our storms, but we can choose what we fix our eyes on. We can choose our faith. We can choose our courage. We can choose our spirit. I think the biggest problem when we're in a storm is that we have our eyes fixed on the fear. We're looking at how scary it is. We're looking at how dark it is. And we can't see the light that's on the other side. And I'm so grateful for the storms that we've faced because ultimately it's reminded me of what this is all about. It's taken me back to my why, my compass, because I've had to go, okay, where are we heading? And it reminds us of what it's all about. And it makes me value my moments. The day-to-day, the seemingly small, insignificant moments, the seconds that I have left with you guys. Because I don't know what's on the other side of that. It makes me really value what I'm doing. So next time you're in a storm, don't get angry, don't get frustrated, don't get upset. Know that it is making you stronger and it is developing you for the adventure to come. So ask yourself, are you in a storm or are you just on your way? If you are in the middle of that storm, even if it seems like nobody else does, I want you to know that I love you, I believe in you, and I think you have everything you need to make it through your storm. You just need to keep moving forward. In life, we're obsessed with the destination, the photo at the end, the mountaintop moments. But in order to reach these moments, we need to go through the storms of life. And I'm convinced that going deeper into adventure is all about persistence. It's all about patience. It's all about just taking one step after another and just keep moving forward. And there's so many times I've wanted to give up. But when I've decided to just keep moving through the storm, it's developed a boldness inside myself, a confidence to just keep walking, to just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and it's given me the confidence to face anything that has come our way. And just a few weekends ago, I woke up with this massive cloud over my head. This cloud of negativity. Has this ever happened to anyone? You wake up and you just don't want to move? Yeah? So this was just me a few weekends ago. And I felt like I had this big cloud over my head. I doubted our future. I thought about all that's on the line. I thought about people's lives. I thought all that we could lose. We're facing some stuff. And I had my eyes fixed on the fear. I felt like that was that big cloud. I was in that big storm, and I just wanted to lie in bed. I didn't want to do anything. But when I reminded myself of my compass, of why I do what I do, it gave me the strength to just bounce out of bed and tell those negative thoughts to just rack off, because I'm going to keep moving forward. I think life is all about abounding, increasing, doing more, going further, dreaming big. And there's times I just want to lie on a beach and do nothing. Like, I love lying on beaches. It's really hard for me to get up and get on with my day. But I know that I wasn't born here, you weren't born here to just lie on a beach. And I'm always reminded that this adventure that I'm on, the storms are serving a purpose. So let's just keep moving. And as I finish today, you might be sitting there and you might be thinking, that's cool for you, man, with your silly long hair that should get cut and your weird surfy friends. But you don't know me, you don't know my story. And I don't know you guys. I hope to get to know you more in the session to come, but I don't know you. I don't know your story. But I do know that when you're on the adventure of life, there will be times when you are on the bottom, like you're at the rock bottom and you just want to give up. You're in the valley. But I've learnt that when we just keep putting one foot in front of the other, there is always so much more to discover. There's more dreams, there's more life, there's more love, there's more passion, there's more than we need if we just keep moving. I believe that there is no question that there is greatness on your life. There is world changes in this room. Some of the things you guys are going to do is incredible. And I can't wait to see what comes out of your lives. But you're going to have the faith to just keep moving forward. So as I finish, I just want to encourage you guys to set your compass, to pack lightly, leaving those things behind you and stepping out into the things ahead of you. And when you face the storms of life, make a decision to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Because there is always so much more to discover when you just make a decision to dive deeper into the adventure that is your life. Thank you. Thank you.